Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here and to have this little community here on YouTube. I hope these videos are inspiring you, helping you in your spiritual journey and life's journey as well. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. I hope you're doing well. My name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, crystals and their magical properties, as well as plants and their magical properties. I do all kinds of different readings here on the channel, and I talk about all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. So if you're interested in those types of things, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button, become a follower or subscriber of this channel, and click the bell icon to be notified each time I upload a new video. And this is a safe place if you're practicing witch, Wiccan, pagan, or whatever spiritual path you may be on, because there's no right or wrong spiritual path. There's just the path that's right for you, the individual. And this is also a safe place if you're a member of the LGBT community, as I too am a member of the LGBT community. Okay. And the tea today, meaning the subject, based on the title and thumbnail, you'll know what it is I'm going to be talking about Goddess Hecate, how she will meet you where you're at. And what do I mean by this? What I mean is Goddess Hecate will come into your life in a way that you understand. Now, Goddess Hecate, like a lot of gods and spirits, they're like onions. They're one being, but they have many sides to them, many layers to them. Okay, so Goddess Hecate has a mother aspect to her. Now, the mother aspect is like she saw as the mother of the universe. She's not the only goddess who saw us that way, because like Gaia, mother of the earth, you've got Freya, who's also got a mother aspect. But Goddess Hecate could come into your life as a mother. Like if you're someone that's got a lot of childhood wounds, a lot of childhood trauma, Goddess Hecate could come in your life as a mother, because that's what you need in your life. And then she can be that mother you never had. And she can either give you that soft, nurturing love, what you wanted as a child. Not so much what you wanted, more what you needed. Because your own mother was not loving and nurturing to you. And you've got a very harmful and your relationship with your own mother was very harmful and toxic. So Goddess Hecate can be that loving, nurturing mother you never had. She can be that for you. But in my own case, I still call Hecate mother, not because I have a good relationship with my mum. I love my mum very much. Me and my mum have a strong bond. But I call Hecate mother because I see her as mother of the universe. You could see her that way as well, or you could work with her because you've got a lot of childhood trauma and you want to work with Goddess Hecate to heal your childhood trauma and do inner child work. Also, if you need a friend in your life, Goddess Hecate could be that friend in your life. Like if you've been stabbed in the back a lot, so it's hard for you to trust people, and you want friends, you want companionship, that's human. There's nothing wrong with that. It's human. Like I could talk to anyone. I'm quite an introvert. I could talk to anyone. I'm called Nick, like Nicholas, and as the saying goes, I could talk to old Nick. I could talk to anyone. But that, even though I could talk to anyone, sometimes I talk to people, it might be small talk, and I'm not really a fan of small talk, but I just don't feel the connection. And I feel as human beings, it's not, when it comes to friendship, we're looking for a connection. You know, we're looking to feel a bond there, a connection with someone. We're not looking just to talk to anyone, we're looking for a bond, a connection. But sometimes it's hard to find that in this world, because I think genuine friendship is like a 4-leaf clover. 4-leaf clovers are rare, but so is genuine friendship. So Goddess Hecate can be that friend for you. It's different from a human friendship, but she could be a friend to you, giving you that friendship you need in your life. She could be a friend. She could also be, if you're in a stage of your life where you want to learn and you really want a teacher or mentor, Goddess Hecate could be that mentor or teacher you're looking for in your life as well. If you've been through a lot of trauma and because you're different and you want someone who's your equal, someone who's similar to you, Goddess Hecate can meet you there. Now, what do I mean by that? So maybe you're someone watching this, or someone because of you were born with something you can't control. Like maybe you were born with red hair, you're a man or a woman, or however you identify, you were born with red hair. Okay, you can't control that. And to me, as a gay man, though I'm spoken for, I do love men with red hair. I'm not gonna lie, I do. But and I find red hair men attractive, but they're not the only men I find attractive. But at the end of the day, because you've got red hair, you could have got a lot of bullying at school. You could, the outer world, like your family love you for who you are, but outside you could have been bullied at school, and then you could have been bullied by society, all because of your hair colour. So Goddess Hecate could come into your life as a strong red-haired woman, or a really strong red-haired individual, because you need someone like that, and then she can inspire you to stand in your power, your sovereignty, and become that red hair, strong individual you know yourself to be. If you come from a different race, a different background, Goddess Hecate, because a lot of gods and spirits, they can shapeshift. So like if you're someone who's black, for example, now I'm not racist by any means, but sometimes I think I can be racist by what I use, by my terminology. But if you're like black, or you're from a different culture, and you've faced a lot of hardship, a lot of abuse because of the culture you're from, and a lot of ignorance, because there's some people like myself who are willing to learn, because I'm someone who's very respectful. And even though I'm a member of the LGBT community, sometimes I do mess up people's pronouns. Sometimes I do make mistakes. But my partner, he always keeps me in check if I do make a mistake. And he knows what I really care about the LGBT community, because I care very much about people who are trans, because I know there's lots of people who are trans. And I do feel like in the Western world, for the most part, if you're gay like me, I do feel like there'll always be homophobic people. There'll always be homophobic. There'll always be homophobic individuals. I can't control that. There's always gonna be great if we lived in a world where there was no homophobic people, but that ain't gonna happen. But in the UK, there's a lot of laws that protect people like me who are gay, and we do have a lot of rights that empower us, not just protect us, but allow us to love who we want. Like, we're allowed to get married over here, we're allowed to adopt. So we've got a lot of rights in the UK and in parts of Europe, thanks to activism. Same for gay women. There's a lot of laws that protect gay women and power. When it comes to people that are trans, there are some laws that do power, but there's a lot more work I see in the UK and worldwide. There's a lot more work that needs to be done for trans people, because it's an issue that a lot of people brush under the carpet. They don't want to acknowledge it, and trans people are going through a really hard time right now. But worldwide, there's a lot needing to be done for the LGBT community. But as I was saying, Goddess Hecate will come into your life in a forum that makes sense to you, because you could, be going through hard times, being discriminated against. And Goddess Hecate really cares about helping people who've been discriminated against, who've been abused, and anyone who's different. She wants everyone to love themselves, to respect themselves, to understand you're the master and leader of your life, and to stand in your power and sovereignty. She wants that for everyone. But most of us are capable of achieving what Goddess Hecate wants. Most of us are capable of that. It just, because it's a long life journey. If you've got a compassionate heart, you're empathetic, and you want to learn and grow, then most of us are capable of achieving what Goddess Hecate wants. But some people, because Goddess Hecate's even told me that, some people will never achieve what she wants for them, because they have no desire to learn, no desire to grow. They've got no compassion for others, and people that are quite uncompassionate, they tend to not go far in life because they're too focused on everyone else, not focused on what do they need for their mental health, their well-being. They're too jaded, they're like jealous and envious of everyone else. But Goddess Hecate will meet you in your life where you're at. She will help you feel empowered. And if you come from a different race background, she'll appear to you as a character, a character who looks exactly the same as you, like a character that has got the same race or identity as you, but a character that stands in their power and sovereignty, because that's what she wants for you. Same with if you've got blonde hair. Now, a lot of men do find, like, I think if you're blonde, it's like stereotypical, you'd be found attractive, but then there's that stereotype if you're blonde. A lot of blonde women are saw as like stupid or dumb, which is not true. Some blonde hair men would be the same way, but that's not true. So Goddess Hecate could come into your life as a strong, independent, blonde haired woman as well, because she's meeting you where you're at. Another aspect of Goddess Hecate, like how I see her, like I see her as a single-headed woman holding a torch. Like a lot of you watching, if you've not watched it, you can watch it and research it. If you've watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like the Addams family, Morticia Addams. Like if you know Wednesday, her mother is Morticia Addams. So I see Goddess Hecate as like Morticia Addams, black hair, brown eyes, wearing a purple robe with a key necklace, and then she's got a belt, and on the belt she's got keys, a dagger, and a torch. Those are what I see her carrying. That's how she looks like to me, and that's how she comes across to me in my mind. But some books, I'm not really a big fan of path workings. You can do a path working with Goddess Hecate if you want, but that's not what I've done in my practice. But each to their own. Some people see Goddess Hecate as a woman with 3 heads. There's nothing wrong with that. You can see her as a woman with 3 heads. You can see her that way. You can see her as a woman with 3 heads. She can be that for you. She can show up that way. Some people see Goddess Hecate as like a witchy woman. A woman that's quite witchy and mysterious, and she can be that because one of her aspects is she's known as a goddess of witchcraft, of magic, but she's not just the goddess of magic and witchcraft. She's many things, and to me I would say I see her as the creator of the universe. You don't have to see her that way, but the Chaldean oracles, they saw her as the world soul, the creator of everything. That's how I see her. But you don't have to see her that way, Goddess Hecate. But she will come into your life in a way that makes sense for you. A way that helps you. Just like, and it's personal, working with any deity, any spirit. It's personal, And I would say a god and masculine energy, but similar to Hecate, is Odin. Now, Odin comes from the Viking, the Norse mythology, but like Odin is known as the All-Father. But there's 2 ways to interpret that. If you're a man or a woman that's got a lot of father wounds because your father was never there, they never showed you that love, compassion, you could work with Odin and he could be the father you never had, showing you that love, that compassion, what a father should give or would give his children. Or you could see him as the father of the universe. There's many other gods that fill that role, just as Goddess Hecate fills that like mother role. Or Odin could also be a friend to you if that's what you're needing, or if you're needing a teacher, a mentor, Odin could be that for you. So a lot of gods and spirits are going to meet you where you're at. They're going to come into your life, into your mind. You're going to feel their energy, and they're going to come up for you in a way that makes sense for you. Some people have even seen Goddess Hecate as a dragon. She does have a connection with dragons. She's got a connection with everything, really, Goddess Hecate. And I also like to address Goddess Hecate as Goddess of compassion, because she has so much compassion for so many people. And she's got so many different sides to her as well. I'm also seeing, I feel her energy with me right now as I'm making this video, and I'm making this video in her honour, and I'm seeing pies in my mind. So it's like, that old saying, like, someone's got their finger in all the pies. That's Goddess Hecate. She's got a finger in everything, really. But she will come into your life in a way that makes sense to you, in a way you understand. And as I've said, I made a video a long time ago about Goddess Hecate that you can check out. The thing to keep in mind with working with Goddess Hecate, or any dear to your spirit, is it's personal. Like, I have my relationship with Goddess Hecate. That relationship empowers me, it helps me, and she's helping me grow and helping me become the best version of myself. And she's helped me grow. But when you start to work with Goddess Hecate, it's going to be your journey with Goddess Hecate, and she's going to help you grow, help you become the best version of you, help you live your best life. But she's going to do that in a way that works for you, because what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you, And the way I work with Goddess Hecate is going to be different to how someone else does it, And it's very personal working with any dear to spirit. And there's no right or wrong way. That's a lesson Goddess Hecate will teach you as well. But in life, there's no real right and wrong. There's no real right or wrong spiritual path. There's no real wrong or right way of doing magic or spell work. As long as you put your heart and soul into what you're doing, and it feels right and intuitively, and you're not hurting anyone, then all's good in the hood. It's a lesson that Goddess Hecate's taught me as well. As always, I hope you find this video helpful on your spiritual and magical journey. And if you're interested in Goddess Hecate, or you would like to work with her, or you've been thinking about it, I hope this helps, because there's a lot of fear in Goddess Hecate's name, a lot of gatekeeping, and Goddess Hecate doesn't appreciate all that gatekeeping, because she's really for everyone. And if you want to heal, you want to grow, you want to live your best life, you want to become the best version of you, and you feel drawn to Goddess Hecate, there's a reason why as well. And I'll talk about that in a later video. How do you know Goddess Hecate is for you? Until next time, stay safe, look after yourself, walk your spiritual path with pride, and if you're a practicing witch like me, stay witchy. May meet, may part, meet again. Blessed be.